The Repair Shop has quietly become one of the BBC's most beloved shows since it first aired in 2017, drawing millions every week. But what really sets it apart? It's not just about fixing old objects. It's about restoring memories, family histories, and sometimes, even lost pieces of people's hearts. Behind the scenes, experts like Steve and Suzie Fletcher work their magic, turning battered heirlooms into treasures once more. And when King Charles himself visited the workshop, things seemed perfect, but what really happened after that visit might surprise you. Stick around, because the story behind the scenes is far from what you expect. When royalty came to the barn. It was supposed to be just another episode of The Repair Shop. A quiet day at the Weald and Downland Living Museum, the kind the team had gotten used to. Stories of lost heirlooms, skilled hands working with care, and the emotional joy of restoration. But in early autumn of 2022, the crew received unexpected news. His Royal Highness Prince Charles was coming. No red carpets.
No formales peches.
Just Charles, wearing a simple blazer, holding two deeply personal objects. A weathered ceramic vase made to celebrate Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee, and a charming but broken 19th century bracket clock. He wanted them fixed, not for display or ceremony, but for personal reasons. It was quiet, respectful, exactly in tune with the show's values. The visit was filmed as part of the BBC's centenary celebrations, a way to honor 100 years of British broadcasting. But for The Repair Shop, it felt like something much bigger. When the crew found out, many were stunned. Suzie Fletcher said in an interview, "I thought they were joking at first. Then I nearly fainted." Steve, calm as ever, simply said, "Well, better not mess up." But what made this visit so unique wasn't just the royal presence. It was how natural it all felt. Prince Charles didn't act like royalty. He asked genuine questions, admired their work, and even joked about getting in the way. At one point, he told horologist Will Kirk, "I should have brought my own tools." The episode aired in late October of that same year and drew millions of viewers across the UK. Critics called it television gold, a King Tob humbled by craftsmanship. Fans adored it. For many, it was the highlight of the season. However, here's the part no one talks about. What happened after the cameras stopped rolling? Behind the warm smiles and quiet elegance, something shifted. In the barn, in the team, and especially in Steve and Suzie. So what really happened after King Charles visited? When King Charles, then still Prince of Wales, walked into the Repair Shop barn, the atmosphere instantly shifted. Everyone on the team knew this wasn't just another episode. This was royalty walking into their quiet little world. And for a few tense moments, no one was sure what to expect. Steve Fletcher admitted in an interview, "We were nervous before he came in. But as soon as he stepped through the door, there was this calmness about him. He had this warm, friendly air that made us all relax. It wasn't formal or stiff, like people might imagine. It felt like chatting with an old friend," Steve added. It ended up being a lovely, lovely time. Suzie Fletcher also had a surprisingly personal connection to the royal family, even before that visit. She shared that during her early training days, she had the chance to work on something incredibly special. Her Majesty the Queen's side saddle. "That was a big deal for me," Suzie said, her voice filled with gratitude. "I was still learning, but horses and leatherwork were already a part of me. To work on that saddle, knowing the Queen rode it during Trooping the Color, it was an honor I never forgot." That royal connection brought an extra layer of meaning to King Charles's visit. But even with that joyful experience, it didn't stop what came afterward. Because once the cameras were off and the royal entourage had left, something started to shift behind the scenes. The visit brought attention. A lot of it. Viewership spiked. Headlines praised the show, calling it a hidden British treasure. But with that spotlight came pressure. The show that had once thrived on being slow, quiet, and heartfelt was suddenly being pushed into the mainstream. There were whispers from insiders, more scripted setups, tighter deadlines, and pressure to deliver more TV moments. Steve and Suzie, who had always valued sincerity over spectacle, found themselves caught in a changing tide. They didn't say anything publicly at first, but fans started noticing something felt different. More polished, less personal. And for the Fletchers, that shift was hard to ignore. Still, the royal visit itself left a strong memory. It reminded them of why they started, of craftsmanship, history, and the deep stories behind every object. And speaking of stories, there were unforgettable repairs that stood out even more than royal visits. One of them, an old ship's wheel that carried an unbelievable tale. Thanks for watching, fam. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Check out the next video that pops up on your screen. You never know what you might discover next.